So we're finally on it. Episode 7. Control. I just reread it. As far as story work, character work, it might be the best thing I've ever done. It's definitely the favorite piece of quote-unquote television I've ever written. And I'm going to share it with you now. Episode 7. Control. We start on a black screen. We hear the voice of Trigon. There is not just one dimension. There are many. We snap through 6 or 8 still shots of different universes, stopping on a hell-like dimension. Trigon continues. They call mine the underworld. Misleading, since we are not under anything, rather on the top of the proverbial food chain. Cut to a still image of Trigon. I am Trigon, king, warrior, father, lord of all I see, and long have I awaited the return of my prodigal child. Cut to a still of Raven's 3 brothers. I have had many sons, all disappointments. I'd given up hope for an heir. When my shining star was delivered to me, a radiant gem of evil, my dearest daughter, Raven. Cut to a still of Raven. Trigon's voice continues. And today, come hell or high water, like it or not, Daddy's little girl comes home. Quote the Raven, nevermore. Cut to opening credits. After credits, we open on the medical bay as Raven opens her eyes and sits up. He gave us quite a scare, Robin says. What happened? Raven questions. You shattered all the windows and collapsed. Raven looked bothered. Robin continues. We ran tests, but as far as we can tell, you're in tip-top shape. The alarm blared. Raven jumped. Robin into the comm says, Beast Boy, report. Over the comm, Beast Boy can be heard saying, hang on, button, where, button, button. It's Cinderblock at the docks. Robin responds, Titans, go. Raven goes to stand, but Robin stops her. Not you, Ray. You rest. But, no, Ray, we can't risk an episode in the field. Stay and rest. Robin ran from the room as Raven settled into bed. Cut to the docks where the police are emptying their guns at Cinderblock to no avail. Cinderblock throws police cruisers and is hit by a starbolt, while Beast Boy, in the form of a gorilla, attacks. Robin lands on a cruiser and says to the police, you should go. He then charged in. The Titans battle valiantly, but being 2 members down had them at a disadvantage. As Cinderblock took the upper hand and was about to crush Robin, he was engulfed in a black force field. Okay, bricks for brains, Raven says. She slammed him into the ground, rendering him unconscious. Robin rushes to her. You're supposed to be resting. Raven says, I'm fine. Suddenly she jerks upward, her powers going into overdrive overdrive and exploding outward, leveling all the warehouses on the docks. Raven fell to the ground, convulsing violently. "Raven!" Robin shouts. Robin ran to her, clutched her close to him. "It's going to be okay." As Beast Boy and Star get to them, "We have to get her home," Robin says. We fade out. We fade in on the medical wing. Raven lying in bed, hooked to monitoring devices. Next to her sat Beast Boy. He speaks. "I don't know what's up with you, Raven, but we will figure it out." Tears shone in his eyes as he finished. "I promise." Robin enters the room. "Okay, Beast Boy, I'll take over. Go get some sleep." Beast Boy left the room. Robin sat at the computer, poring over Raven's files for what must have been hours. Suddenly, Raven's eyes open, and with a crack and a flash, she disappeared. Robin came rushing out of the room. "Raven disappeared." "What?" BB and Star shout. The three of them heard a slam from down the hallway. They ran through the door to Raven's room to see a blinding flash and see a mirror clatter to the floor. They ran over to it. "I don't understand," Starfire says. Beast Boy picks up the mirror, inspecting it. "There's weird markings on it." Robin looks. It's Latin. It says, "Power lies deep in thy soul, burning black as coal. When power grows beyond control, beyond compare, if the burden lays too much to bear, join us here in solitaire." "What's it mean?" Starfire asks. "It means she lost control, and she's trying to fix it," Robin answered. Beast Boy chimes in, saying it means she needs our help. We have to go after her. The Titans looked at each other. And Robin spoke. "Okay, guys." Robin then read the transcription in Latin, out loud, and the mirror levitated and spun, quickly opening a portal. "Titans, go," Robin says. They leapt through the portal, and the Titans tumbled into a Gothic-like world. "We're not in Kansas anymore," Beast Boy said. Confused, Starfire says, "I do not understand. When were we in this Kansas?" Robin, scanning with a device, says, "According to this, we haven't gone anywhere." Suddenly, from the gloom around them comes the voice of Raven. "You should not have followed." "Friend Raven, come home," Starfire says. "I can't," Raven responds. "Ray, whatever you're doing this for, you don't need to punish yourself. Let us take you home," Beast Boy says. Raven responds, "Beast Boy, I can't. I have entered the mind's eye, and to get out, I must complete the challenge. We will help you," Robin says. Raven responds, "You can't. It must be done alone. Besides, you have entered the mind's eye. You'll have challenges of your own." Raven made her way to the archway. "Good luck, my friends. I hope you survive." She passed through and disappeared. The Titan stood in silence before Starfire to herself says, like the trials of Tamaran. She walked forward through the archway. Beast Boy, nervously, begins to ramble. "A challenge? Like a test? But I haven't studied. I don't have a number 2 pencil. I have nobody to cheat off of." Robin shook his head at the green teen who was rambling, grabbed him, and shoved him through the archway. Robin approached the archway. Looking at it, says aloud, "A challenge. Our most trying point? Perhaps all our demons, maybe." He takes a deep breath and says, "Okay, Bruce, do your worst," and steps through the arch. We cut to Raven walking through a thick darkness, and a booming voice rings out. "Raven of Azarath, gaze upon your pain." As the darkness comes into focus, Raven takes a deep breath. She was standing on a balcony beneath a starry sky. She takes another deep breath and says, "Azarath." A woman screaming can be heard. In the building, Raven walks in. The scene was of a woman on a bed in labor, surrounded by the white-robed female monks of Azarath. Raven watched as the monks delivered a baby girl, which they cleaned and presented to its mother. Raven watched as the monks whispered to each other urgently. She soon realized why. She caught a glimpse of the child's face. Its eyes were blood red and glowing, and above its eyes appeared to be two more sets of eyes glowing beneath the child's pale white skin. A monk attempted to take the child from the mother, who resisted. The monk spoke. "The child has too much demon blood in her. We must kill her." The mother responds, "No, you will not harm my child." The monk says again, "She is not but a demon, a gateway for evil." Mother, stroking the child's hair, says, "No, she's my angel, my Raven." Tears burned Raven's eyes as the world went dark again. Cut to Starfire walking through the pitch black, her surroundings coming into focus. An astonishing palace of vibrant colors. "Home," Starfire says. She turned. She saw a red-haired man and woman standing over a cradle. "Mother! Father! Oh, the gods!" She tried to hug them, but she only passed through them. The booming voice rang out. "Corimander, you cannot touch. Only witness." Suddenly, a young girl with black hair and violet eyes stormed in. "It's not fair," young Blackfire complains. Her father speaks. "Koma, come meet your sister." "No, I don't want a sister." Her mother says, "Koma, make her go away. I don't want her." Her father says, "Koma, stop this foolishness. Your sister isn't going anywhere." Her mother says to her, "You'll get used to her. You'll learn to love her." The mother and father left, leaving young Blackfire standing by the cradle. An evil look came over the young girl's face, and she spoke as she looked into the cradle. "No, I won't. Mark my words, little sister. I will see you end it." Young Blackfire storms out. Starfire moved to the cradle and looked down on the sleeping baby that would grow to be her. I wish I could say she becomes more pleasant, but that would be a lie. The world again fades to blackness. Cut to Beast Boy, walking through the pitch blackness. "Garfield Logan," booms the voice. Beast Boy jumps. "Bear witness to your pain." I don't have any pain. Honest, I'm totally pain-free. See, ain't no pain on me. The room came into focus. He was in a hospital room. There was a young woman lying in the bed. He moved closer. "Mom?" He reached out to touch her, but his hand passed right through. The door opened, and a man walked in and stood at the foot of her bed. He watched her for a moment and then turned to leave, but she wakes up. "John?" The man stopped and turned. "I didn't think you'd come after our last conversation." "Yeah, I'm not staying. I came to tell you you're on your own." "What?" "You heard me, Kathy." "John, he's your son. You can't do this." John becomes angry. He yells, "I can do whatever I please. You got pregnant on purpose to try and trap me, you filthy whore." Kathy's eyes filled with tears. But John continued, "My father told me not to get involved with you Logans. Scum, he called you. Blood filthier than swamp on low tide." Kathy cries, "Damn you, John. He's your son." John cut her off. "No, bitch. He's yours. I have no need for you or the little beast. You're animals. Come near me, and I'll treat you as such." John stormed out. Kathy broke down, crying. Beast Boy reached for her, tears soaking his face. His surroundings fade to black as he says, "Mom." Cut to Robin standing in darkness. As the surroundings begin to focus, he sniffs the air. "The circus," he says. His surroundings focus, and it is indeed Haley's circus. He was in his parents' trailer. His young self ran in. "Mom, Dad!" Miss Grayson spoke. "What is it, Dick?" "You can't go on tonight." "Ridiculous," Mr. Grayson said. "No, Dad, listen. These gangsters guys were in Mr. Haley's office. They wanted money. He told them no. They said he was going to lose his best act." Miss Grayson tried to soothe her son. "Oh, Dickie." Mr. Grayson was stern. "No, Mary. Dick, I have had it with your lying. Stay here." Dick's parents left the trailer. "I wasn't lying," Robin said quietly. "No," Dick said desperately. Dick tore out of the trailer. Robin followed. Dick ran in front of his parents, trying to physically stop them. "Dad, stop. You have to listen." "I told you to stay." "No, damn it. Listen. You have to listen. You're in danger." Mr. Grayson grabbed Dick by his shirt and said, "Listen to me, boy. One more lie, and I'll tan your hide worse than a rented mule." Mr. Grayson then released him and walked toward the big top as Dick sobbed on the straw. Sobbing, he said, "Why won't you listen?" Robin's face gave nothing away but a single tear that rolled down his face. Quietly, he says, "Stubborn bastard. Why couldn't you just listen?" The announcer can be heard inside the tent. "Oh my God! The line broke!" Frantically sobbing, Dick shouts, "No!" He ran inside. Robin turned and walked away. The booming voice says, "Richard Grayson, you must go see." Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. What else you got? "You must witness your pain." I do. Every day. The world fades to black. Cut to Raven as the world comes to focus around her. A monk scolding her. "You must learn control." "I'm sorry," young Raven says. The monk yells, "Don't be sorry, be better before you destroy us all." Young Raven runs out, crying, her powers shattering things as she ran. Raven follows. Cut to young Raven weeping on the edge of a cliff. Raven watches silently. My child, Trigon's voice can be heard. A dark red, cloudy form floats before young Raven. Who are you? I am your father, child. My father? Get away, you're evil. My child, I am not the one who has caused your tears. They say I'll destroy everyone because of you. Child, they don't understand you, but I do. I can help you, if you let me. Almost involuntary, Raven quietly says, don't. But she knew it was no good. What had passed would pass again. Young Raven reached out and touched the figure, and both disappeared. The world faded out. The booming voice speaks. Choices you've made put lives at risk. Your weakness. Yes, they have. That I cannot change. I can only control what happens from here. Control. You know not the meaning of the word. Perhaps not, but I vow to learn it every day for the rest of my days. We cut to Starfire. Slowly the world focuses around her. Sounds of a battle can be heard. A Troglodon says, Tamaranean, we have done what you asked. Now deliver. Blackfire responds, patience. Just don't forget your lines. Cut to the throne room. As the king and queen were set in chains by the Troglodons. Stop, Blackfire says. Blackfire entered, leading young Starfire. No, her mother says. Blackfire pushes Starfire forward. I offer you a slave. In exchange, you must leave my world and never return. The Troglodons placed a chain around Starfire's throat. No! Her father shouts enraged. He charged the Trog. The Troglodon shot him through the heart, and he collapsed. Blackfire didn't even blink as her mother began screaming and crying like a wounded animal. Take her and go, Blackfire said. And as the world faded to black, a crushed Starfire says she orchestrated it. The booming voice says, choices you made have hurt many. I don't understand. I made no choice. You chose to cry instead of fight. Your choice. I was a child, and I did not understand. If you try to put the events of that day on my head, then you are truly a fool. Cut to Beast Boy. As the world comes into focus, people are running and screaming. Beast Boy sniffs the air. Africa. Beast Boy sees his mother urging people to run, when suddenly a huge gorilla pounced on her. Enough! Shouts Grodd. No, Beast Boy says. Grodd rose up to smash his mother, when young Garfield attacked to no avail. Pest, Grodd said, laughing, and he went to smack Garfield, but Garfield ducked, and he kicked Grodd in the groin. He frantically tried to get his injured mother to move, when Grodd bit into the boy's shoulder and ragdolled him before throwing the boy into a tree, knocking him out. Beast Boy watched helplessly as Grodd beat his mother to death. He then watched as young Garfield writhed in pain as his agonizing transformation began. When the dust cleared, a small green boy lay where Garfield had been. Tearing up slightly, Beast Boy says, "Happy birthday, Beast Boy. Rest in peace, Garfield Logan." He turned back to his mother's broken body, and he sobs. "I'm sorry, Mom." The world faded to black around him. "You cost your mother her life." I used to think so. But no, that was Grodd. And Grodd alone. Then why have you not avenged her? Why does Grodd still draw breath? Killing him wouldn't bring her back. It would just make me like him. Coward. He draws breath because you don't have what it takes to do what must be done. You are a tamed and neutered house cat. You are no beast. Beast Boy smiles. Oh yeah? Get corporeal, and I'll show you just how beastly I can be. Cut to Robin. The world comes into focus. Yelling can be heard. Young Robin yells, "You had no business being there." Batgirl says, "I had everything under control until you stuck your nose in. Yeah, that's why I had to save your ass, right? Save my ass." Enough, comes Batman's voice. They both fell silent. Batman speaks again. "Robin, I took you on as my apprentice. But that..." "Yeah," Batgirl interrupts him. "You took him on. I have been trying to get you to take me on for over a year. But you take him. Why? Because he's a boy?" Batman tries to defend himself. "Don't be..." And Batgirl says, "Why then? What's he got that I don't?" "You mean besides sense?" young Robin says. Batgirl lunges at him. "Screw you!" Batman stood between them. "Enough!" He turned to Batgirl. "Welcome to the cave." He then addressed them both. You two will be working together. And I expect you to work well as a team." As Batman walked away, he stopped. And he added, "Also, you two are not to reveal your secret identities to each other." And then he was gone. We then montage through many battles. Some, Batgirl saved Robin. Some, Robin saved Batgirl. Until we see them somber over a young girl's body. Fade to Robin sitting on a rooftop, drinking. Batgirl walks up. "I tried to call you. I turned it off. Don't want to deal with bats." He takes a deep swig. "I don't think that's going to help," she says. Robin shrugs. "It feels pretty good. It wasn't our fault. Doesn't make me feel any better." He gets up to leave. She grabs his arm. "Robin." He reels around. "Look, Red. I'm out here to save people. No way I'm ever going to feel good about losing one." I understand. But Robin. They were face to face, mere inches from each other. Beating yourself up isn't going to help. She takes his bottle and she turns to leave. He spins her around and he kisses her. She was shocked for a moment, but then she kissed him back. And then they were kissing more passionately. And then they were trying to get each other's armor off. Between kisses, Batgirl says, "But our identities." Robin, young Robin, ripping the chest armor off, says, "You wear your mask, I'll wear mine." And they soon were wrapped up in the piles of armor and spandex, their bare skin gleaming in the moonlight as their moans filled the night air. The world faded to black. "Richard Grayson, you claim to defend the innocent." "I do. But you don't. You instead feed your own desires, as proven there. The only thing that proves is that Batgirl and myself shared a night of passion to stave off grief. You are weak. I am human. And I won't apologize for that. Cut to Raven as the world comes to focus. A battle can be heard. Destroy them! Trigon shouts. Raven was in the underworld as her younger self was fighting alongside her 3 brothers and her father against Batman and Robin. Raven watched as her father attempted to fry the acrobatic bat, but always failing to get him, as he threw explosives at her father. And Robin was physically dismantling her 3 brothers. An explosive toppled her father. Batman and Robin stood back to back. So far, so good, Robin said. Yeah, cakewalk, Batman responded. Now, daughter, bellowed Trigon. Robin goes, oh, shit. Raven watched her slightly younger self explode upward, sending Robin and Batman flying. Younger Raven, fall before me. As Batman and Robin got to their feet, Trigon rose. Destroy them, daughter. I can handle Princess, Robin says. So I get Daddy. Yeah, Bats. Little creepy. And next, Raven watched as her slightly younger self battled with Robin, her face contorted with the inner struggle. As the 4 battled, Trigon sent Batman flying into a rock wall, rendering him unconscious. Batman! Robin shouts. Robin swung away from younger Raven, impacting Trigon, making the giant stagger. Robin landed next to Batman, trying to lift him. Come on, Bats. As Trigon swung down to smash the 2 heroes, young Raven shouted, no. Raven's younger self swooped down on Robin and Batman and teleported them away. An enraged Trigon shouts, Raven! You will pay! And your precious world with you. World fades to black. Your weakness will destroy the world. I saved 2 brave and noble heroes. You acted out of selfishness. Your affection for the boy will make your world suffer at the hands of your father. No, it won't, because we will stop it. The world fades. We cut to Starfire as the world comes to focus. We're in a small, dark cell. Aliens can be heard conversing and laughing outside, while inside we hear quiet crying from a figure hidden by shadow. The laughter became louder. Suddenly, green eyes are seen glowing through the shadows, and a voice comes from them. Enough. Cut to outside of the ship as it explodes as a green streak shoots towards Earth. The world fades to black. Over 100 men, women, and children were killed by you. Starfire is angry now. Yes, and if it weren't for me... Yes, and if it meant my freedom, I'd do it again. You have no moral ground on which to stand with me. I saved this planet from those slave traders. I feel no sympathy. I stand by my actions. You killed them not for the sake of Earth, but to free yourself. I was their slave, their pet. On Tamaran, there is a saying, never keep a Gripsmark as a pet. It was their mistake, because a Gripsmark has nothing on me. The world fades to black. Cut to Beast Boy as the world comes into focus. Damn it, Garfield, Mento says. Beast Boy says, Mento. Young Beast Boy says, I had to save you guys. Mento angrily says, you let him get away. I wasn't letting you guys die. Mento, he's just a kid, Elasti-Woman says. Robot Man says, stay out of it, EW. Beast Boy says, your lives are more important to me than catching Grodd. You don't have what it takes, Mento says. Mento rips the rank off Beast Boy's suit. You are dismissed. But dismissed! Young Beast Boy hung his head and left. The world faded to black. Garfield Logan, you are a failure as a hero. Yeah, I thought that after Mento booted me. But it's not true. It is. No, it's not. I saved them. I did what was right. Mento was and is an obsessive, ungrateful asshat who would sacrifice anyone and anything for his vendetta. Mento's a man with a grudge. I'm a hero. Cut to Robin as the world focuses. He was looking at the Batcave. Dick, really, I'm fine, Batgirl says. Young Robin says, you could have been killed. That's every night. I'm gonna kill him. Bruce! What, Robin? What the hell is wrong with you? If I hadn't been there, your plan would have gotten her killed. It's good that you were there then. Batgirl touched Robin's shoulder. Dick, don't. But Robin ignores her. You arrogant son of a bitch. You don't give a damn about any of us. I volunteered. He didn't force me. You don't know him like I do, Babs. He manipulates people like chess pieces. We're just a means to an end to him. Do you have something to say to me, boy? Young Robin clenches his fists. Yeah. We quit. You don't speak for Batgirl. Whatever, old man. Come on, Babs. Batgirl didn't move. As young Robin headed for the door, he stops. Babs? I'm sorry, Dick. But I'm staying. After all of this, you still pick him. I pick the job, Dick. After a long pause, Robin says, fine. Screw you both. And screw the job. And Robin gets nose to nose with Batman. If you get her killed for your bullshit mission, I will kill you. You'll try. Don't push me, old man. Young Robin stormed out, and the world faded to black. Richard Grayson, you are a disrespectful, arrogant disgrace. Robin smiles. Thank you. It was not a compliment. Blah, blah, blah. What would you know about honor, duty, or love? Batman is a man passionate about his mission. And without someone to remind him what it means to be human, he would be consumed by it. That's my job. Keep him grounded. And if he ever loses it, it'll be my job to stop him. Arrogance. Duty. My duty to him. My duty to Gotham. My duty to the world. If I have to, I am prepared to kill the man I respect more than anyone. Because it's my duty. Because I promised him I would. Trust me, you know nothing of duty. Cut to Raven's bedroom. The Titans stood around Raven's mirror. We are home, Starfire says. Beast Boy sighs, saying, let's do that again. Never. Are you all okay? Robin asks. Unharmed, Starfire says. Peachy keen, Beast Boy says. Raven. Raven smiles. I am in control. Starfire hugs Raven. Yay, friend Raven. Man, am I hungry, Beast Boy says. The Titans headed out of the room. Raven didn't move. Robin stopped at the doorway. Raven, are you coming? Suddenly, 3 devil-like figures appeared around her. Yes, she's coming. They grabbed her. The second devil said, coming with us. Raven! Robin shouts. Robin! Raven shouts. Robin charged. And the third devil says, buckle up, little sister. And the 4 of them disappeared, leaving Robin tackling a cloud of red smoke. Raven, he shouts. Beast Boy and Starfire run into the room. Dude, what happened? Robin, where is Raven? Robin let his head hang. She's gone. End credits. So that was episode 7, and it's the last episode that I finished. And like I said, it might be my favorite episode of anything that I've ever written. I loved diving into the backstories and the tragedies of these characters. These are some of my favorite characters in all of comics. It's part of the reason why I excluded Beast Boy, because I didn't feel like I could be fair to Beast Boy, because honestly I don't really like him. So, that just is what it is. Did I say Beast Boy? I meant Cyborg. I like Beast Boy. So yeah, but I remember that I started writing episode 8. I have no idea where that partial transcript is. It's not with the rest of this stuff. It's probably in a notebook somewhere. But I did start writing episode 8. And I remember where I was going. I remembered that they were obviously going to get Raven back. They would have had her back by the end of episode 8. And so yeah, as I was saying, I had it mapped out. I knew what I was doing. As they were going to be. I remember that Beast Boy. I keep saying Beast Boy. Cyborg. He comes back and he helps them to get into Trigon's realm, if you will. And they do get Raven back. I also remember that I was going to have Raven expose her feelings for Robin, which would have caused an issue with Starfire, and that was going to happen, and it was going to be a couple of more character-based filler episodes of that nature before finally getting to the end of the season, where ultimately we were going to see this big battle with Slade, a battle that doesn't go very well. Battle that sees Robin basically get turned into Swiss cheese. He gets shot full of holes, and they're worried he's going to die. Beast Boy runs him to the hospital, so that he can get medical attention, telling them whatever you do, don't take his mask off, yada 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 yada, fucking that shit, and goes back, and while they're fighting, another Robin shows up, and I was going to introduce the character of Jason Todd, reveal that Dick had been in contact with Jason and whatnot, and that when Jason found out what was going on, he went to help. And over at the hospital, Barbara was gonna show up with a little something to speed up Dick's healing process, and also to present him with a change of clothes. The very last episode was going to be Dick showing up basically as Nightwing, and them having victory. And I was going to set it up for a season. I was going to set myself up for a season 2 with Dick as Nightwing and Jason on the team as Robin. Cyborg was going to leave, and I was going to bring in Superboy in his place. And if I remember correctly, I wanted to work Kid Flash in there somewhere too. As I had it all planned out, I don't remember all of the details, but never got to finish it. But it was fun to go back and reread it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And again, I don't own the rights to any of these characters. I just really liked the characters and was stretching my creative muscles, if you will. So, in either case, that was it. There will be no more of these, unfortunately. Till next time, I'm Ken Carnage, and Carnage, it's right around the corner.